YouTube, welcome to this next installment of the Evian blog. Today I'm going to just follow on from my last episode, which was on a bit of what tools do I use as in hand tools, and today I'm just going to talk about something else which I make use of quite regularly. Those of you that know me personally will know that I'm a big fan of multi-tools and pocket knives, etc., and everyday carry of such items, purely because they make very versatile tools for so many different things. Between my backpack which I carry daily, and myself, I always have several knives and 2 Leathermans on me, possibly even a Gerber multi-tool, a couple other things, Swiss Army knife. They're always there, mostly in my bag as in case I need them for something. Like the Swiss Army knife has fantastic scissors and tweezers, etc. The other tools don't necessarily have those. And then the Leathermans obviously make fantastic plier tools and wire cutters, whereas the standard ones don't. And yes, basically what happens is my Leathermans I use a lot, like I say, for wire cutting, crimping, pliering, etc. And the Leatherman that I use at the moment, the Leatherman Surge, comes with a bit set. I also carry a smaller Leatherman, the Wingman, when I'm on weekends just out and about, which doesn't necessarily have everything on it like the Surge does, but it's still a handy piece of kit to have on you. Now, as far as knives goes, just on me at the moment, the 2 that I carry readily along on my other side, on this side over here, I've got the Leatherman Surge, and then I carry one of these Stanley knives with I carry a selection of different blades for them. It's more a utility knife, but it's just nice and portable and always razor sharp, and when it gets blunt you change the blade, it costs you a few cents. And another one that I always keep on me is it's a Leatherman Crater C33, which is quite a nice sort of general purpose knife for cutting your biltong or whatever the case may be. And then of course we have the Leatherman Surge with a LED lenser torch in the same pouch with the full bit set, etc. So yeah, let's get in and take a look at one of the new tools which I haven't shown you now, that I've got my hands on. Let's take a squiz. Hello YouTube, guess what I got? Well, as you can see, it's a Kershaw box, but you know what's inside? Well, let's take a look. For today's review, we're going to be having a look at the Kershaw. This is the Funxion 8000 in green and black. It is the standard outdoors edition. So that is what we're going to be taking a look at today. So let's get into it. As you can see, Kershaw make quite a bit of effort in their boxes. Quite nice fancy sort of graphics work, nothing too overdone, but it is a knife after all. It's not like it's a DVD player or TV or something. And you open up, inside you have the knife in a plastic packaging, and of course the little Kershaw booklet that gives you all the warranty information, etc. Right, there we have the actual knife. So let's take a look at what this thing can all do. Right, so one of the first things I notice about this knife is it is quite large, which for me with large hands is quite nice. This is an assisted opening knife. What that basically means is either using just a little bit of a push on the thumb stud, the knife will throw itself open, or pushing on this little assisted opening lever, for want of a better word. It does open quite quickly, quite nicely. The blade is really nice, Kershaw laser engraved, speed safe. And then on the other side over here they just have the model, etc. And then the it's 8CR13 MOV steel, which is a pretty decent quality stainless steel, high carbon stainless steel, more better than your standard sort of 420 HC. It is a liner lock, so just by pushing there you can put the knife away again. Opening very quick. I will be testing the sharpness out of this shortly, but before I do that, let's have a look at a few of the other features on this knife. The pocket clip is designed for deep wear, so what happens is you don't actually see the knife on the outside. It goes all the way in, pretty much you're just going to see that little bit sticking out, if anything at all. It does have a carabiner here, which you can use to clip it onto your belt clip gear, belt loop, whatever you want, if you'd like to carry it that way. And then of course the outdoor edition does also come with this saw blade. I'm not really going to review that too much. It's your typical saw blade, nice and sharp. One thing that is nice is on closing, many of these things would just snap close because this doesn't have a lock, so it would stop at that point over there, so you don't end up cutting your fingers or anything like that if you accidentally happen to like half close it. Another thing to note, which I saw in somebody else's video, is when this thing is on the carabiner, the knife will not deploy. It actually has a small little bar in there which prevents the blade from popping out. That's quite a nice feature, so you don't end up stabbing yourself or climbing a mountain or something like that. The blade shape, quite nice as a tool blade. Bearing in mind I don't use these things for committing murder and such, so it's a tool to me. It's used every day for stripping cable, cutting things, whatever the case may be, and for that I think it's quite nice. It does feel quite comfortable in the hand. Some nice jimping on the back of you to give you a bit of downward force when you're cutting. All very nice and useful. Like I said, for my hand it's actually a nice size, but for somebody with a smaller hand it might not be so nice. The feel of the knife is very fluid, very smooth. There's no like sticky points or anything like that. So yeah, quite a nice little piece of kit, but let's get into cutting some stuff. Hey everybody, welcome to this next episode of the Evian blog. You know what, there's so much that I could cover in these episodes, but right now I currently have a lineup of about 20 or 30 videos in the making. So I thought, well, while I've got this particular device or tool here, let me do my review on it and tell you guys what I use it for. I know I've been doing quite a few tool reviews lately, especially multi-tools. I really do like my multi-tools. I have quite a few of them, as you guys can gather from the Gerber, the Leatherman, well, it's not a sidekick, but the Leatherman wingman that I always have on me. I thought, well, there's one more tool which I don't normally bring in, but I did bring it in recently for a cleanup and a bit of a service. So I thought, well, while it's here and before it goes back home into my cycling toolkit, let's talk about it. The tool in question is the venerable Leatherman Wave. This was my side tool, my pouched side tool, until such time that I got a Leatherman upgrade. Let's call it an upgrade. The Leatherman Surge, which is substantially larger than this, with a lot more tool capability. So this is now my pouched tool of choice, or multi-tool of choice, which is on my pouch, on my hip, on my belt, and then my pocket clipped Leatherman is my little guy over here, the Leatherman Wingman. Handy, like I said, because I've always got it on me. The big guy, I don't always carry it with me because it needs to be on a belt. I'm not always wearing a belt, so it just kind of depends. This guy over here was my previous sort of hip mounted multi-tool. It is now being left for my bike riding. I do mountain biking when I get the opportunity, and this tool here has been sort of, let's call it downgraded or whatever, to the task of primary tool in my cycling kit per se. Now, the Leatherman Wave has been going for many years. It is a very well respected multi-tool. This is the Wave 2. There is normally bits. I don't have them here because I keep them in the kit, but there's normally bits in here. I just take them out and keep them in the kit because I don't want to lose them while I'm riding. This specific tool does have the small bit mount as well as the normal large bit mount. It has your normal pair of scissors, your flat screwdriver, your bottle opener and such. It also has your nice needle nose pliers with the stiff wire cutter, quite a decent stiff wire cutter at that. It does not have the wire cutter for sort of stranded wire, but this one doesn't do a bad job with stranded wire, which is quite nice. Of course, it has the serrated edge blade, one-handed operation. Very nice for cutting, well, I use it for stripping wire, cutting tires, whatever the case may be, when I'm out and about in the bush or mountain biking or cycling or whatever you would like to call it. Then of course it has the normal blade. This blade has been pretty well grinded and used. It's the way I got the tool, with a slightly damaged blade. But for what I use it for, that's fine. It gets the job done. The lock does work, everything does work. Of course it's got the standard sort of file and the sort of saw that comes along with these tools. So yeah, I'm not going to go into great detail about all the tools and bits and pieces on here. It pretty much covers everything that you would actually need from a multi-tool. And here we go, just to show you guys how much I value the knife or the multi-tools. This, what you're seeing in front of you, is my everyday, well, for want of a better words, everyday carry knives. Now, I'm not into the whole, what do you call it, prepping scene. I do have some basic survival kit on me at all given times, but what you're seeing here is my everyday carry, or EDC gear. Here we have the Gerber Scout knife, that's a folder. Here we have the Leatherman C33, it's also a folding knife. We have the Leatherman Surge, my hip side mounted multi-tool. We have the Leatherman Wingman, always with me, no matter what. This is the one that always travels with me, along with this one here. Then over here we got the Gerber Suspension. It's normally in a side pocket on my bag as an optional, or whatever the case may be, or if I don't have any of these on me personally, then that's always in my bag, which is with me all the time. This is a Stanley knife, a folding Stanley knife, which is always razor sharp, as you know, those knives always are. And then over here we've got one of my other older knives, my Victorinox. This one's been with me quite some time. It's not the very big one, but it does have the little torch on it and various other little bits and pieces. Nice little piece of kit to carry with you, nice and light as well. These two generally sit in pouches in my bag. This one normally clips to my pocket. This one is normally in its pouch on my hip. This one clips into the same pocket as this one, so these two are normally the two go-tos. Then this one is normally clipped onto my back pocket, and then this one's clipped inside the bag if I need to do any wire stripping or anything like that. That's pretty much my multi-tool and knife selection that I carry with me every single day. Hey YouTube! So just one more thing I'd like to talk about, and that is something which my fiancée Liz uses quite a lot. It actually sits inside her handbag. It's the Leatherman Micro. This little guy over here, as you can see, a very small little multi-tool. Not so much a tool, more than a pair of scissors and some other various bits and pieces. Like,
it has scissors.
Like so. Some crazy people milling around, I don't know. Anyway, like so, a pair of scissors, and then it also has the various other tools which I'm going to discuss with you guys now.
But it has scissors.
Oh, and it's green. Sorry, before I go, I just thought I'd mention one more multi-tool. I don't necessarily carry it around with me. This one is kept in my fiance's handbag, pretty much. It's a Leatherman Micro. Just to give you guys an idea of how small this tool is, you can see it next to my index finger. You can almost hide the tool behind the index finger. That's pretty much how small this guy is. It is a really compact small tool, yet quite versatile. Now for me, I'm more of a pliers person, but Liz likes her scissors, so this comes with a pair of scissors. It also comes with a few other nice things such as a tweezer, well, they call it a star screwdriver for Phillips, they say, because it can get into the groove, but it's like strictly a small flat. Then here you've got a small little flat bottle opener, etc. And then on the other side we have your blade, we have nail file, nail cleaning tool, and last but not least your flat screwdriver. So also quite a nice little addition to your tools if you just want something really small and compact. Like I said, this tool is extremely small, folds up very small, can be put on a keychain, etc. Very handy to carry around. Thanks for watching, guys.